took on Brazil back in Iowa. Caitlin's logo shot. I mean, she outdid she logoed the logo. Now they got to put a new logo down.
A basketball court in Iowa, the air crackling with anticipation. The Indiana Fever, led by none other than Caitlin Clark, are squaring off against Brazil in a preseason showdown that's got fans buzzing like it's March Madness.
To Indiana, which I think everyone agrees right now has gone from, a team that made the playoffs last year, lost in the first round. They were building all these young pieces, of course, Caitlin Clark.
And then it happens. Caitlin Clark, the sharpshooting sensation who's been rewriting record books since she laced up her sneakers, launches a logo three-pointer so audacious it might as well have its own zip code. The crowd erupts, the internet catches fire, and somewhere, Sue Bird, the WNBA legend, the point guard who made passing an art form, the woman who could probably calculate pi while running a fast break, is watching, nodding, and smiling like she's just witnessed the future of basketball unfold. On our YouTube channel, we're diving deep into this moment because it's not just a highlight reel play. It's a seismic shift in the women's basketball universe. Sue Bird didn't just praise Caitlin Clark. She practically knighted her with a verbal sword forged from 4 WNBA championships, 5 Olympic gold medals, and a basketball IQ that could outsmart a supercomputer. When Sue speaks, the basketball world doesn't just listen. It grabs a notebook, a pen, and maybe a thesaurus to keep up.
Ratings for this game were 1.28 million. The game was on ESPN. It peaked at 1.6, and she only played like 18 minutes.
So, what exactly did she say? Why is the internet losing its collective mind? And what does this mean for Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever, and the WNBA as a whole? Buckle up, because we're about to break it all down. The logo shot heard round the world. Let's set the scene. It's a warm evening in Iowa, and the Fever are taking on Brazil in a game that's less about the final score and more about Caitlin Clark reminding everyone why she's the most electrifying player in women's basketball. With the game in full swing, Clark catches the ball just past half court. The defense is scrambling, but it's already too late. She plants her feet, rises up, and launches a three-pointer from a distance that would make Steph Curry raise an eyebrow. The ball arcs through the air, a perfect parabola of audacity, and swish, it's nothing but net. The logo shot. The kind of shot that doesn't just score points, it rewrites the narrative. On our YouTube channel, we've been replaying this moment on a loop, and let's be real. It's the kind of play that deserves its own slow-motion montage set to orchestral music. Clark didn't just outshoot the competition, she logoed the logo.
Not seeing her play since the fall. I'm sure everybody was hype. I mean, we tuned in.
Yeah.
Everybody was hype. So that was really great to see. And then, of course, there was
The court's emblem might need a redesign after that one, because Caitlin Clark just claimed it as her personal launching pad. And the crowd? They're not just cheering, they're witnessing history. The game pulls in 28 million viewers on ESPN, peaking at 6 million despite Clark playing only 18 minutes. That's not just a stat. It's the Caitlin Clark effect in full force, a gravitational pull that's drawing eyeballs to women's basketball like moths to a flame. But the real story isn't just the shot. It's what happens after. Because while the fans are losing their minds and the Brazilian players are lining up for autographs like they're at a rock concert, one voice rises above the noise: Sue Bird's. And when Sue Bird speaks, it's not just commentary, it's prophecy. Sue Bird, the high priestess of hoopsif.
an adorable moment where basically all the Brazilian players were asking for her autograph and trying to take pictures. There's also a really cute moment where I think in their shoot around, they tried to hit a shot from that logo.
You're new to women's basketball. Let's get you up to speed on Sue Bird. She's not just a player, she's a phenomenon. A 4-time WNBA champion with the Seattle Storm. A 5-time Olympic gold medalist who made international defenses look like they were auditioning for a blooper reel. A point guard so precise she could thread a pass through a needle's eye while blindfolded. Sue Bird doesn't just play basketball. She conducts it like a symphony, every move a note in a masterpiece. She's the kind of athlete who makes geometry jealous, with court vision so sharp it could cut glass. Off the court, she's a fashion icon, a sneakerhead, a broadcaster, and a philanthropist who walks into a room and immediately becomes the smartest person in it. She's the basketball equivalent of a Renaissance painter, a master who spent 4 decades perfecting her craft while somehow making it look effortless. And when she retires, She doesn't fade into the background like some athletes, grumbling about, "Back in my day." No, Sue Bird stays courtside, hoodie on, dropping insights that hit harder than a fast break layup. So, when Sue Bird turns her gaze to Caitlin Clark and says, "This kid's got it," it's not just a compliment, it's a coronation. It's Leonardo da Vinci strolling into an art gallery, spotting a young painter's canvas and saying, "Yeah, you're the real deal." It's Gordon Ramsay tasting your risotto and nodding silently, no expletives needed. It's Serena Williams watching your backhand and giving you that subtle, "you've earned it" nod. In a world drowning in hot takes and clickbait, Sue Bird's praise is rare. It's sacred. It's the basketball equivalent of being anointed with holy water from the three-point line. The verbal love letter that broke the internet, so.
The thing that she knows everyone wants her to do.
She knows what the people
She broke the record
want.
making that shot to begin with. There's just like a certain...
The internet predictably lost its mind. Twitter threads exploded with fans quoting Sue's words like they were scripture. Instagram Reels looped Clark's logo shot with Sue's commentary layered over it, racking up millions of views. Even the Brazilian players got in on the action, swarming Clark for autographs and selfies after the game. Their shoot-around turning into a tribute to her logo shot as they tried, and failed, to replicate it. On our YouTube channel, we've got the footage, and let's just say it's adorable chaos, like watching a team of superfans realize they're in the presence of basketball royalty. The Caitlin Clark effect. From rookie to royalty, Caitlin Clark isn't just a player, she's a phenomenon. A 6-foot guard with a sniper's aim and a magician's flair, she's been breaking records since her college days at Iowa. She's the NCAA's all-time leading scorer, a title she claimed with a logo shot that had fans screaming and analysts scrambling to update their spreadsheets. She's got the kind of game that makes you question the laws of physics, logo threes that defy gravity, no-look passes that leave defenders rethinking their career choices, and a basketball IQ that's practically clairvoyant. But it's not just her stats that make her special. It's her star power. Clark knows what the fans want, and she delivers it with a confidence that's equal parts infectious and intimidating. She's the kind of player who steps onto the court and says, "Oh, you want a show? Hold my Gatorade." And then she proceeds to drop 40 points, break a record, and probably sign a kid's sneaker on her way to the locker room.
Star quality and like star power there. But it takes you being confident enough, willing enough to be like, "Oh, no. I know what you want."
On our YouTube channel, we've been calling her the walking highlight reel, and it's not hyperbole. Every game is a spectacle, every shot a potential viral moment. And now, with Sue Bird's seal of approval, Clark's ascent feels inevitable. The Indiana Fever, a team that made the playoffs last year but bowed out in the first round, are no longer just building something. They're contending. Clark's arrival, combined with the team's savvy offseason moves, has transformed them from a scrappy underdog to a legitimate threat. On our YouTube channel, we've been breaking down their roster, and let's just say the Fever are cooking something spicy. With Clark leading the charge, they're playing at a pace that's leaving opponents gasping for air.
Come here. I'm gonna give it to you. I loved it so much. I just think it's great. I love when athletes have that bring the cameras right over here.
Well,
It's so fun.
I mean,
Their fast break offense moving faster than a viral TikTok trend. Why Sue's praise matters. Let's talk about why Sue Bird's endorsement is such a big deal. In the world of sports, praise is cheap. Every day, some talking head on TV calls a rookie the next big thing, only for them to flame out by the All-Star break. But Sue Bird, she's different. She's not just a player, she's a historian of the game.
over Caitlin getting picked up full court and Caitlin being denied. And I think what I'm not surprised by is naturally during a WNBA season, you start...
She's been reading defenses since she was barely tall enough to reach the net, calculating pass trajectories like a NASA engineer with a layup addiction. She didn't just play basketball. She rewrote the textbook, translated it into 3 languages, and taught a masterclass while dropping dimes from 40 feet. Sue's praise for Clark isn't a soundbite, it's a signal flare, a declaration. A tap on the mic that echoes across the sports world. She's telling us that Caitlin Clark isn't just a flash in the pan, riding the wave of Instagram reels and SportsCenter highlights. She's not a novelty act, a cute player in a league some still dismiss as secondary. No, Clark is certified buckets. She's the real deal. A generational talent who's about to set the WNBA on fire like it owes her money, And let's not forget the context. Sue Bird knows what it's like to carry a franchise on your back while the spotlight burns hotter than 1,000 suns. She knows pressure, expectations, and the thrill of watching a defender trip over their own feet trying to guard you.
To teams and players, you start to get a little tired. You're kind of in like the doldrums of the every day or every other day is a game, and it's hard to keep that discipline to guard a player like that.
Her endorsement isn't just about Clark's skill. It's about her ability to handle the weight of being the one, the face of a franchise, a league, a movement. On our YouTube channel, we've been saying it for weeks. Clark isn't just playing basketball. She's rewriting the script for what a women's basketball star can be. The emotional fortitude of a legend. Can we take a moment to appreciate Sue Bird's grace? Here's a woman with a resume that could make a trophy case collapse. 4 WNBA titles, 5 Olympic golds, 13 All-Star nods, and a highlight reel that could power a small city. Most athletes with her credentials would be sitting on a throne made of endorsement deals, demanding the spotlight stay on them. But Sue, she's courtside in a hoodie, sipping coffee, and hyping up the next generation like it's her job. On our YouTube channel, we've been marveling at her emotional fortitude. Imagine watching a 22-year-old phenom like Clark dominate the game you spent decades mastering, breaking records you once set, and stealing headlines you used to own. Lesser athletes might bristle, might clutch their legacy a little tighter. But Sue,
Not want to see in the playoffs. And that's where you brought up the fever. I think what I've learned in my WNBA experience is pace of play trumps physicality.